Hey guys, so the live stream is currently happening, and mother of god, there is a pile, and I mean a huge pile of things to talk about. So with this video, I'm just going to get straight on it. Amamiya, we have the look on what she's doing. I'm just going to say it right now, broken. Absolutely broken. So the introduction is Amamiya is a heavy hitter with enhanced skill after transforming using her ults. Her basic attack, core attack, and basic skill charge her power gauge and decrease her ultimate skill cooldown. Her ultimate skill makes her temporarily possessed. Her basic attack decreases the cooldown of her basic skills 1 and 2 and increases certain skills at damage. Grants super armor and removes all team members' debuffs. Now, we have just been informed as we're watching the live stream that she is a character that works off from MP. So this is the first ever DPS character that is scaling off MP. Not only that, as I kind of said it was that said she would be, she's also a bit of a crit user too. So the amount of buffs that she actually produces in the crits with how much crit rate and crit damage she can actually give herself, this unit is going to be doing a disgusting amount of damage. It's kind of crazy right now on if this is going to be the character. Obviously when they do, or when as we've seen this on the live stream, it is a test build, which means what we're seeing right now might not be the finalization of when she actually drops. And I'm praying to the gods that they keep her as is, because like I've just said, from what we are seeing right now, she's broken. So when the user uses skill 1, they move forward quickly and perform a series of slashes. When this skill hits, it charges their power gauge by a certain amount. When the user uses basics 1, a skill, while possessed, it grants a deep darkness effect, increases their attack and critical hit rate. So another thing which, I mean, it's kind of stating the obvious, of course, because of course her ultimate isn't exactly an ultimate that does damage, and it's more of a transformation where her whole kit basically allows her to do a crazy amount of damage, of course. When it comes to the power gauge, building that up, she has her own economy when it comes to her kit, in terms of making sure that her ultimate is at the ready, which is absolutely fantastic, which again caters more to her being a standalone unit. When the user uses basic skill 2, she can charge forward and then slash powerfully downwards after jumping. I believe this will also have like a bit of a knockdown effect where it kind of pins the enemy, which is pretty clutch to have, so we'll, you know, can't go wrong with that. But I'm over the moon. I am over the moon with this character, and you know, I've got to give it to the developers. You know, when you've got the Arise Festival happening in 2 weeks, you want to kind of sell everyone right now. That way they can make more when the Arise Festival releases, and they've done that. Well, in my eyes, they've done their job. So when the user uses the ultimate skill, it grants them the possessed effect for a certain period of time, and the resets of cooldown of their basic skill 1 and skill 2 grants super armor while active, and causes basic attacks to decrease certain skill cooldowns and increase the damage of certain skills. Remove debuffs from all team members. I just love how they just said, you know what? She's an assassin type character. Let's make her do a ridiculous amount of damage. And you know what? Why not? Make her debuff removal. Like, where did that come from? That is so odd. Like, she is just doing disgusting amount of damage, giving her crit boost, giving her attack boost. Like, it's insane. And then they'll just like, let's just throw some debuff removal. Why not? Why not? Make her more enticing to be pulled. Alright, so this is her weapon, which I was kind of confused about because I thought her weapon was a katana, but it's actually the keyring, which is pretty cute. But this weapon charges the user's power gauge by 60% when the user enters the stage. Keep in mind the weapon is maxed out, so hence why we're going to get max stats, but still, the minute you enter the stage, your power gauge is going to be filled up by a certain amount. That already tells you that, again, furthermore catering to getting your ultimate ready, so that way you can just immediately go straight in and do a ridiculous amount of damage, of course. And that's exactly what you want, because you got to keep in mind, actually you guys will find out in just a second, but when you do use the ultimates, you are draining your MP, and the more MP she has, the more obviously she can kind of cook up with. So realistically, you do want to kind of get the ultimate going whilst you have max MP, so that way you can make the most of the ultimate itself. So whilst you're getting your power gauge increase when you enter the battle stage, you also get a crit rate and critical hit damage increase on both your skills by 30%. God damn. Now, by the way, when it comes to the crit damage and all that, it does pile up in terms of the more you do per out. And this is why I say she is going to be a threat. When it comes to DPS, boys, she might be taking the cake. Cheyenne, you were the crit demon, but you might have to make room because we've got an actual crit demon making her way in. So the weapon itself is fantastic. Can't go wrong with that. Okay, so now taking a look at her kit, I mean her passive, sorry. So when the user has 50% or more of their maximum MP, it applies the Kuroha's Darkness effect. Increases the user's attack by 4% for every additional 150 MP, up to 40%. So obviously when it comes to building her, cater to having the MP substat, which I feel like caught a lot of people off guard because no one expected it. No one expected a character to work off from MP scaling, so that's going to be fairly interesting. So that's something that we need to take note of. But that's 40%, that is ridiculous already. Just putting it out there. Insane. So Kuroha's Darkness increases the damage of skill 1 and skill 2 by 30%. Like, hello? What? That's the initial passive. Are you kidding me? That, if they keep this, I am going to be gobsmacked. If they keep the way that she is built right now, she is a disgusting unit to pull for. Like, I can't even say no to right now. When it comes to wind elevation, we have finally seen it, and this is it. So if we go over to the dupes now, while the possessed effect is active, it increases the user's critical hit rate and critical hit damage by 20%. So this is the ult, by the way, by 20%. When the user uses either basic skill 1 or 2, I can't remember the name of it, but basically once the skills are used while the possessed effect is active, when the ultimate is active, it applies Deep Darkness, increases the user's attack and critical hit rate by 12%, stacking up to 2 times, so that's 24%. You guys see where this is ridiculous. What am I witnessing right now? This is on A1. This is on A freaking 1. Are you kidding me? 20%, and then a certain buffs is giving you an extra 24% on top of what the weapon is giving you, being that plus 30%. Don't even get me started on what the regular passive. Oh my god, it's ridiculous on what I'm witnessing right now. The developers are like, you know what, we've got the Arise Festival happening in 2 weeks, let's make this a unit a must summon, and by god they've done it. A2 charges the user's power gauge by 40% when entering the stage. So basically what this confirms is if you have a maxed out weapon of hers along with A2, you are entering the stage with her ultimate already ready to be used. Yep. So that's, I mean, to be fair, even if you don't max out the weapon, of course, just by getting the A2, again, that's a big jump. But the weapon itself does give you 60%. But either way, there you go. A3, when the user uses their basic attack or core attack, it charges their MP and power gauge by 2% and decreases the cooldown of the skills, of course, by 2 seconds. Like, oh no, yeah, it's skills. I'm still trying to figure out on what is going on, because there's no reset on this. Like, bruh. I mean, it kind of makes sense, because obviously she's a character that works off MP, and we can't exactly sit around and wait for our MP to charge up. So they applied something to kind of let us regenerate that, and yeah, no, I mean, I can't really say much other than the fact that this is just ridiculous what I'm reading. And just when you thought you can't get better, A4 increases Amamiya's wind damage by 10% for every wind team member in the party, stacking up to 3 times. They are now pushing you to run a win team, which we, trust me, I am. Amamiya, Jinju, and Park. Oh, I mean, I can also, I mean, technically speaking, we can run double DPS, to be honest. That's also doable. But oh, yeah, it's happening, boys. It is happening. And then, of course, if Hansemi is actually a support character in September, then oh, we are cooking. We are cooking. But that is insane. I was not expecting that. That is ridiculous, right? And then the A5, while possessed, the user gains the Raven's Confession effect. And what that is, while applied, oh god, this is where I literally, my jaw dropped. Raven's Confession, so this is when you're in the ultimate, by the way. While applied, it increases the damage of your skills by 80%. Mother of God. Keep in mind, with all that she is gaining, On A5, they just said, you know what, screw it. Let's just make it so that when she's in her ultimate state, no, like, you don't need to build up for anything like that. No, the minute she hits her ultimate, the minute she's possessed in that state, let's just give her a buff just to give her that 8% increase, just randomly. Why not? Just throw it in there. I am lost for words to what I will see in right here. Now, again, this is a test build. And so I'm just like, are they actually going to commit and actually release her the way that she is? Because if they do, oh, it's a GG. Everyone's diving in. How can you not say skip? Reading all of this, you cannot just sit there and be like, meh, win, skip. No, 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 no. This is a definite must. And again, fair play to the developers, because at the end of the day, this is the character that is before the Arise Festival. And yeah, they are making her a bit of a, a must pull, and I don't blame you.